isn't it? How do you roll out something huge, something truly transformative without betting the entire farm? Honestly, it's one of the highest stakes challenges any leader will ever face.
So let's just get right into it. The traditional playbook, the one we've all been taught, tells us to go big or go home. A huge, splashy, all-at-once launch. But this Big Bang approach is built on a complete fantasy. The idea that your plan is perfect and that your organization can just pivot on a dime. And in the real world, well, that's almost never the case.
Okay, so this brings us to what we call the Big Bang fallacy. We've got to really understand the enemy here before we can figure out how to beat it. I want you to picture this. You're asking your entire organization to take this giant leap of faith across a chasm. That massive, all-or-nothing ask, it naturally creates doubt. It creates resistance from the very people you need to make it happen. By making the stakes so incredibly high, you basically remove all psychological safety. It's just a recipe for a massive, high-stakes failure.
Just think about these two different conversations. In one, you walk in and ask for a massive, multi-year, multi-million-dollar investment. You can just feel the skepticism in the room, right? The questions start flying. But in the other conversation, you walk in and ask for a small budget to run a 1-month pilot. The whole dynamic changes. It becomes a low-risk, logical next step. It's just a much, much easier yes to get.
So, if the Big Bang is the problem, what's the solution? This, my friends, is where we introduce the Nugget of Gold framework. This is your secret weapon for getting things done.
The core idea here is actually really simple, but it is so powerful. You stop thinking about implementation as one big, scary event, and you reframe it as a journey. This model is all about creating a groundswell of support by banking small, tangible, real wins early and often. So here's how it works. The model breaks the journey down into 4 distinct phases. It all starts with phase 0. You finalize the strategy and you go out and get some quick, visible wins to build some initial buzz. Then you move to phase 1, the pilot. This is where you test your big idea in a really controlled, low-risk environment. Once that's a success, and it will be, you're ready for phase 2, the big rollout. And finally, phase 3 is all about making that change stick, embedding it deep into the company's DNA through continuous improvement.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. The crucial point is this. You're not asking for the whole pie at once. You are building momentum, you're building confidence with each successful step, and that makes the next yes feel like the most natural thing in the world.
Okay, theory is great, but how do you actually put this thing into practice? Let's get into the playbook. Let's make this real.
Let's look at a real-world story. There was this huge national retailer, and they wanted to roll out a brand new inventory system to all 800 of their stores. The price tag? A cool $50 million. And as you can imagine, the board was, let's just say, extremely hesitant.
So instead of that terrifying Big Bang plan, a really smart program director proposed a pilot. And the difference was just staggering. The ask went from $50 million down to just $500,000. The scope went from all 800 stores down to just 5. And there were 5 stores chosen specifically because their managers were actually excited about the new idea. The entire risk profile of the project just transformed overnight.
And the results? Oh, they were phenomenal. The pilot didn't just work, it created this powerful, undeniable success story. Stockouts dropped by 30%. Staff were genuinely happier, and they captured it all on video. Real testimonials from the store managers themselves. This wasn't just data on a spreadsheet. This was proof. This was a story.
And this right here, this is the magic moment. The team didn't have to go out and sell the full rollout anymore. The success of that small pilot created a pull from the organization. Regional VPs started calling them, asking, hey, when can we get this? We want to be next. They completely flipped the script from a top-down push to a demand-driven pull.
So here is your playbook. It's 3 simple steps. First, always frame your initial ask around the pilot, not the full scary project. Second, find your champions, the people who are already excited about the change, and make them the heroes of your pilot. And third, turn that pilot's success into a story so compelling that everyone else demands to be a part of it.
Now, how do you really truly know if this pull strategy is working? There's one critical metric you need to be tracking, and it's one that most people totally overlook.
It's the volunteer rate. After your pilot is done, how many other departments are proactively calling you, asking to be next in line for the rollout? When people start competing to adopt your change, you've already won. That right there is the ultimate measure of your success.
So what does this all mean for you tomorrow when you walk back into the office?
Let's boil this entire thing down to one clear, immediate action you can take.
I want you to take this exact question to your team. Ask them, what is the absolute lowest cost, lowest risk way for us to test the core assumption of our new strategy? Forget the grand multi-year plan for just a moment. Find your nugget of gold. Find that one small, powerful pilot that can prove your big idea is absolutely worth the journey.